So by now we actually have activated and used our card, so you can't come for me. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm here to do a review of the mobile bank or online bank Chime. So I was actually approached by the company around June of last year, June of 2018, to do a review. I was asked to sign up and check it out and then share my thoughts. Of course, I was here for doing the review and just checking out the mobile bank or the online bank because I am very much interested in those, and so I was like, sure, I'll do it. And of course I feel as though you can't really give an accurate review of any product unless you use it for at least a few months, and at that point I hadn't even activated the card. I hadn't really gotten in there and dove in there and just to see, to see what it was all about. But I did give a first impressions. I will link that video up here if you do want to check it out, but it's probably not worth checking out because today I'm here to do an actual review and share with you guys what I think of the mobile bank, the app, the website. I will go ahead and put out a little disclaimer. There are things that I absolutely love. There are things that I love that apply to me, features that I love and use, features that I love but don't use and don't care for or don't care for, and also features that I wish were different and features that I wish were added. So anyway, if you're interested in hearing about all of that, then please keep watching. Okay, so when we spoke the last time, I told you guys that we would potentially be using our accounts as personal spending accounts. So I would have mine, my husband would have his, we would deposit our allowance or personal spending money into those accounts, and that is what we would do. We would just, use the card, use those accounts for managing our personal spending money that we are allotted every single month. However, things have surely changed. So we actually use my account as a business account, and we use my husband's account as a savings account. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you know now, we don't actually have Chime savings accounts. I really don't like savings accounts unless they are interest earning. Otherwise, what's the point of having money in a savings account whenever it's not accruing interest or making me more money? I might as well keep it in a checking account where it's more easily accessible and typically has a debit card attached to it and that type of thing. That's just my personal thinking about it. So we have not even attempted to open a savings account because I know that there's no APY, there's no interest, there's no money to be made. So we haven't even explored that option. So I do want to go ahead and throw that out there in case you're wondering about the savings account. I'm not going to be the one to provide any information because we haven't opened savings accounts and really don't plan to. So that's pretty much how we're using the accounts currently. I will go ahead and let you know now that I absolutely love Chime. There are some features that I'm going to reiterate that I absolutely love. So whenever I got the card, it was one of the first cards that I had gotten that had the card numbers and the expiration date and the security number on the back. I thought that that was, kind of genius. I still haven't signed this, so there's that. But I thought that that was quite genius. I loved that feature. Again, it just has my name, Chime, debit, Visa, and the chip on the card. I'm covering up the chip, and then my name is down here. I'm covering up that as well. But it was the first card that I had gotten like this, and I was pretty much obsessed. I think it's actually the only card that I do have like this. So that's one of my favorite features, because if you're sticking your card in some type of card reader at a grocery store or wherever, then a person, the person behind you or wherever can't really hover over and see your card information and all of that. And of course it has the chip in it, which is a new technology to the United States, where there's an added protection against fraud and all of that. So I love that about the card. The only thing that I would have changed in retrospect is I wish that whenever I signed up, I would have gotten a few free checks. I've had banks to send free checks, just a few starter checks. I didn't get any from Chime. I wish that that were the case, because I just feel like if I have a checking account, I should have checks. I should get checks. I don't even know if I can even order checks, if I'm being honest, from Chime. I will be honest and say that I may write one check a year, and that's probably to our CPA or just some random check. Okay, I might write 3, but I don't write a whole bunch of checks, but I just feel like it would have been like preferred to just get a few checks whenever I signed up and opened the account. So moving on to some of the other things that I actually enjoy about Chime, I love that the app kind of categorizes expenses for you, but the website really categorizes those expenses. There are only a few banks that I have used that actually, do that. So I'm not sure if like that's a norm or anything like that. Mine definitely doesn't do it, our main, bank account. But I think that that's a pretty cool feature, because a lot of times you have to go, downloading a budget app or something like that to get that type of feature. So I really love that feature. I also love, this is probably my favorite thing. So my husband and I rarely swipe our Chime cards, but when we do, which we almost never swipe his because again, it's kind of used as our savings account. When we swipe mine, which is quite rare because it's used as a business account, I love that it gives me transaction alerts. So it tells me how much was spent and where and how much I have left in my account. It comes in a notification form. Also, if you go to a restaurant and the cashier or wait person swipes your card, it will give you tip suggestions in the dollar amount. So it won't say, like 10% or 15%. It won't just say the percentage. It actually says the dollar amount. And that's like hands down my favorite feature, because I hate trying to figure out how much I'm supposed to leave for a tip. I normally just leave too much because I can't be bothered with trying to figure out like an accurate percentage or whatever. So I just leave whatever I want, and normally like a healthy tip or whatever. But I really love that feature. It's probably my favorite feature. Speaking of alerts, my husband has his turned on where he gets daily balance alerts. I don't have that turned on because that's annoying, and because I don't know that I really need that, because we don't really use the Chime card or the Chime account a whole lot. So whenever I show you guys just like the overview of the app, you'll see some of the expenses, and many of them are actually business expenses, such as probably see Amazon on there. You'll probably see USPS, because those are business expenses. So I typically just use it for business expenses, so I don't really need daily balance alerts. But my husband has that, which is I think pretty helpful, because it's a savings account, or we use it as a savings account. So it's pretty, wise to check on your coinage in your checking account or even your savings account, either one, on a daily basis. Another feature that I absolutely love and have never seen before. No, I've never seen this before. You can actually see your statements in the app. So it shows your full statement for every month right in the app. Like, I think that that is amazing. The more information that you know, the more financial information that you know, I just feel like the better. That's probably my second favorite feature. My third favorite feature is the fact that they show you your routing number and your account number in the app. A lot of times I have to go trying to hunt down my routing number for our other banks, or hunting down the account number, which I have no earthly clue where to even find that unless I have a statement and all of that, which we're paperless for pretty much everything because I'm like a tree hugger partially. Well, to be honest, I do paper and pen budgeting and planning and stuff like that. So I try to cut corners where I can and not use as much paper if I don't have to. But anyway, a lot of times it's just a whole bunch of trying to hunt down a bank account number or a routing number, which is annoying, but Chime has that option for you right inside of the app. I love it. Speaking of some of the other features that I wholeheartedly enjoy, I do like that there are no hidden fees, almost no fees at all, no overdraft fees. Love that, although we haven't overdrafted our account and probably never will because it's our business account. But and then our savings account, it's probably not wise to overdraft either one of those. So I do love that there are no overdraft fees, even though we don't overdraft our account. But still, I love that feature because overdraft fees are ridiculous and just super annoying to me. There are also no minimum balance fees, which is part of the reason why we use the accounts as savings accounts technically. So I love that feature. I also love that there are no monthly service fees. So to me, that's a huge perk because I did have to pay for a monthly service fee through one bank that I had, which was annoying because it's just like, why do I have to? I mean, I know it's a bank and they need to make their money, but it's just like, you know, with these overdraft fees and everything else that you're charging, I would assume that the little $15 or whatever that you want me to pay to you every month could be, you know, waived, and we could just forego that whole situation. So I do love that there are no monthly service fees. Also, another perk, which this is probably the best perk for some people, but it doesn't really matter to us because we don't actually live off of my husband's income. We save all of his income, but he does get paid 2 days early, and you can too if you sign up with Chime. You get paid 2 days early. I love that because I think that the quicker that a person can get their money, the better. That could just be me, but the quicker that people can pay me the money that's due to me, the better. So I really do love that feature. Alongside getting paid 2 days early, I really love equally as much the fact that if you refer a friend and they sign up for create a Chime account and they sign up for direct deposit, you get $50 and they get $50. So it's really a quick way to make a little change if you play your cards right. Of course, I don't know a whole bunch of people who are interested in that. If you are interested in that, email me at info@shaybudgets.com and I will send you my referral link so you can get your 50 and I can get mine. But I don't really blast that link anywhere because I don't know that I'm really supposed to, but like, you know, if we're cool and whatnot and you're wanting to sign up for Chime, let me know and I'll send you my link. So a couple of the things that I don't really like, the number one thing that I don't like is that it does not allow for joint accounts. So in a perfect world, because my husband and I have shared finances, I would be on his account and he would be on mine. But that's not the case, which is not a huge thing. It's whatever. But I really just hope, I wish that they would allow that. I think they are working on it from the research that I did some months ago, that might be happening soon. I really hope that it is because I would really like to have joint accounts considering I'm married and have joint finances and file jointly for taxes and have joint pretty much everything. I would really like that option. So one thing that's kind of annoying for me but may not be annoying to anyone else is the fact that the nearest ATM is so far away. It's like 5 or 6 miles away and it's in a hospital. So we don't really withdraw we don't withdraw money a lot from those accounts, but the fact that I have to go all the way to the hospital and park and go in and do all that drama, I'm not a fan of hospitals, do all of that just to withdraw money is kind of annoying. It's the nearest ATM that is, I think, an all-point ATM, which means that they like partner with Chime and allow Chime users to withdraw money there for free, because obviously Chime is a mobile bank or online bank, so there are no branches or anything like that. I don't care about that because when I signed up for Chime, I knew that that would be the case. That's why our large bank account remains, and it's not a large bank account, it's just it's just an account that is through a larger bank where there are branches. And the only reason why that really exists and the reason why we haven't fully converted to Chime is because, as an example, there was a time where we were flying from, I think, Miami to Jamaica, and I lost my debit card somewhere between Georgia and Florida, and I was able to just run into a Chase. I think I banked with Chase at the time, maybe. I was able to run into a Chase and get a new debit card and take that overseas or whatever. So that is just one of the perks to having, you know, a regular bank. So that's pretty much the only reason why we haven't fully converted. So those are pretty much my thoughts after some months, almost 8 months, I guess, of using Chime adequately and actively. So I just wanted to come on here and do an update. I forgot to mention this. I promise I forgot to mention that. I'm just now mentioning this. I don't know how this slipped my mind, but Chime was, they did contact me to do like an updated review, for which I was down for which I will be compensated for the review. Hopefully by the time that the video is up, I will have received my compensation. But I think I'm supposed to mention that I don't do a lot of like paid stuff. I've done like two literally, I think just the 2 that I've done with Chime, the 2 partnerships. So I think I'm supposed to mention that. So therefore I just did. I did want to go ahead and throw that out there. And so yeah, that's just my review of Chime. Those are my thoughts so far. I absolutely love it. We are not getting rid of them. I will definitely be in love when they allow for me to put my name on my husband's account and vice versa. Again, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.